Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be reviewing the movie Spider-Man 2. From the original trilogy that came out this one came out in 2004. Yeah, 2004. Obviously, Amazing Spider-Man 2 hasn't come out yet, but whatever. Yeah, basically, this is one of the movies I got from Christmas. Yes, I'm still reviewing movies from Christmas. I got at least 30 movies in Christmas alone. The reason I haven't been watching them is because my DVD player has I've had to switch my DVD player twice. The first one broke. The one I've had for like the past 4 years. Then I went to buy a new one, and that one was working for about a week or two. Then it broke, and now I have another one that actually works. Hopefully. So yeah, I've been having some troubles in actually reviewing some of these movies, but yeah. And it's not really helping the situation considering my birthday is coming up and I'm hopefully gonna get a shitload more of movies. But yeah. But still reviewing movies. That's a good thing. So yeah, for those who haven't seen this movie for whatever reason, I recommend you watch it, buy the DVD, buy the Blu-ray, watch it on demand or, Netflix or however you want to watch it, and then come back here and watch this video because I guarantee you're going to enjoy it. I'll give you a couple seconds to leave the video, to go watch this movie. In a couple seconds, starting now. So yeah, the couple seconds are up. As usual, you could leave at any time in this video, but don't complain about, me not giving you a fair warning or anything like that, messaging me or whatever. Put it in the comments below. I gave you a fair warning, so be advised. So yeah, as review goes, I'm gonna do a quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then I'll rate it as usual. Basically, this one introduces Dr. Octopus as the main villain, Otto Octavius. Peter Parker's doing this report on Otto Octavius and his new invention on the mechanical arms. But because of an accident, magnetic accident, solar fusion accident, or something like that, nuclear fusion, the mechanical arms, get stuck to him. So now he becomes Dr. Octopus. So he kind of wants, wants revenge on his dead wife or something like that. Kind of that part's kind of shaky. So he wants to rebuild this this machine, this invention again. But obviously, as usual, Spider-Man's getting in the way. So he has to, deal with Spider-Man. He eventually makes a deal with Harry Osborn. To bring Spider-Man, he gets I forgot what it's called, but the key factor for this invention to work. Eventually, it does work, but Otto Octavius, Dr. Octopus, realizes this is wrong, so he sacrifices himself to save Mary Jane, which he kidnapped earlier, and Spider-Man. Yeah, and for subplot, you basically have Peter Parker dealing with Mary Jane, kind of falling in love with another man, and eventually marrying him, seemingly. Him, and also him, like, seemingly trying to lose his Spidey powers, and all that. Him, discussing stuff from the previous movie, with some of his friends and whatever. And yeah, at the end, Mary Jane Watson, I think it was. Yeah, Mary Jane. She realizes that she actually loves Peter over the guy she was originally gonna marry. I forget his name. And she goes running from her wedding with a wedding gown to his apartment, cheap apartment. And just to say, I love you type of thing, do you love me? And yeah, that's basically it. This movie was, it lives up to its reputation. It is the best Spider-Man movie so far. We'll have to see with Amazing Spider-Man number 2. That one does actually seem like it may be some competition. But yeah. I mean, you still have some of those cheesy scenes, comic booky scenes, which is fun to see at times. Yeah, you also have the story arc where Peter's losing his powers, which is also pretty interesting to see. Live action adaptation of it. Yeah. Now, one of my favorite scenes is where he's going through this burning building saving this little girl, and he realizes that he could still be a hero without his powers, which I really like that scene. That was a pretty cool scene. The battle at the on the train was also pretty cool, especially the ending. With all the New Yorkers standing up to him and standing up for his sake and whatnot. Defending Spider-Man against Doc Ock. Saying you have to go through me, and what's his name? Doctor Octopus just goes, just puts him on edge on the train. So yeah, then Spider-Man's like, no, don't do this for me. This is my fight, not yours. And eventually, they fight. Um, yeah, this movie is pretty cool. I mean, it delivers in almost every single way possible. Comic book adaptation wise, action wise, villain, still comic book adaptation wise, I guess. Still in character development and all that. I did find some scenes a bit awkward. Especially with that blonde chick who lives right across Spider-Man's Peter Parker's building. I think her name was like Brandy or Brenda or something like that. Brady, I don't know. Um, the landlord's daughter, seemingly. I felt like every scene with her seemed a bit awkward. Um, it just looked weird and awkward the way they filmed it with that actress, which I didn't particularly like. Um, but yeah, I do feel like the beginning was a bit slow and awkward in its own way, but it's also funny. So yeah, you know, still funny as usual, and it is a pretty cool comic book adaptation, well, live action movie adaptation of this comic book arc, or however you want to say it, story arc. So yeah, now scale 1 to 10. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent. I put this at an 8.5. I do feel like it does get cheesy at times, and nearly every single scene with this Brandy chick does feel kind of weird and awkward and out of place. There's actually one more thing I didn't like, and that was just towards the end of the movie. There's the hallucination with Harry Osborn, talking to his like dead father. Like that just felt weird and awkward. And granted, it was putting itself up for a sequel, but I don't think that was the best way to put itself up for a sequel. And even after that, the sequel wasn't that good. I still kind of need to get the sequel to get the whole Spider-Man collection. Until Amazing Spider-Man 2 comes out, but whatever. So yeah, wasn't the best way to put itself up for a sequel. So yeah, 8.5 is what I would give it. 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, that's what I think. What do you think? What are your thoughts on the movie? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you think it should be more than 8.5 or less than 8.5? Put your comments down below. And what do you think about the end scenes with with Harry Osborn talking to his dead father type of thing, hallucinating? Do you think it was a good way to put itself up for a sequel? And what do you think about the sequel? All that down below. Yeah, subscribe. Also do other movie reviews. Also do comic book reviews and TV show reviews. Some on Spider-Man, some aren't on Spider-Man. So stay tuned for that. Comment below. Share on Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, Vine, Twitter, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it. This is Daniel Mart signing off.